Hi Aries, this is your reading with me for November 2020. I hope you are doing well. Alright, so we're going to see what is coming through for your reading. And I've got your cards here, and I've also got as well a huge deck of oracle cards. And we're going to use that to get a overview for like the card of your month. You know what I mean? So that's going to be really exciting. This is like a general one, so anything can come out. It could be career orientated, love related stuff could come out. It could be just to do with yourself, lifestyle, etc. Changes coming your way. So it's quite exciting in that sense because that's going to be sort of like what I would give to you as your card of the month. So before I get started, I do also want to mention as well, if you'd like to win a free reading with me, do check out the description box below, as I do a giveaway every single month. Now, I've been getting so many DMs on Instagram for private paid readings, but those are all in the description box below of my videos. You can also email me as well. My email address is also in the description box below as well, so if you're interested in that, it's all literally down there. Everything is there, and they are done within 24 to 48 hours, by the way. And last thing I want to mention is my intention bracelets are on Etsy, so they're handmade, they're meditated with, and they are saged. Different ones for different areas of your life. There's also the chakra ones, there's also evil eye protection, health and happiness, confidence, finance, wealth, career, success, and then I'm wearing the love ones here. So I'm wearing the love, singles, twin flame, and the soulmate bracelets, and they're there to remove obstacles and challenges. If you want to see the review section, definitely do check that out, because there you can see how other people have seen results of these items, and international shipping as well. There's also like teas and crystals and so many other things on there. Definitely do check that out. Necklaces. Yes, so let's see. Okay, so that is your card for November 2020, Aries. What is it? What is it? What is it? Okay, very interesting actually, because I believe the other sign that got this particular card was Taurus, which is quite interesting. It could be maybe there's a link there between you and Taurus. But here we've got the Judgment card, and Judgment is, of course, not just about judging situations, but it's also about making decisions, and it's about doing so in a way that is truthful to yourself and necessary to your being. I know that sounds a bit strange to say, but you know how sometimes there are just some very, very important decisions that essentially sort of need to be made, but it's about doing the right thing, not necessarily the easy thing. Something about that. It's about doing the right thing, not the easy thing. Let's see what we have with tarot. I'm going to do a 12 card spread. So you've got the Two of Wands, you've got the Knight of Wands. Two of Wands. See, there's some kind of choice that I believe has to be made here. Knight of Wands is you, of course, with this very passionate energy. I feel like some of you might be sticking around in a relationship that perhaps is not serving you. You might be sticking around in a career that just isn't giving you what you need. Now, of course, right now, you know, career situations are difficult. I wouldn't just advise you to jump from one thing to another until you're, unless you're, of course, 100% certain that it's stable and sure, because, of course, you've got the pandemic and there's a lot happening in terms of job security around the world. It's difficult, but I do see that some of you here can, jump from one thing to another, which can be so much more suitable and better for you. I just feel here with this particular Judgment card, because it's Pluto energy, it's about transformation, that it's calling you. Your spirit guides and your angels are calling you to think about what's the next move, what is part of your growth. Perhaps you have outgrown certain people in your life, and it's time to recognize and realize that it's maybe time to move on, to shift your focus to something better. You may have outgrown a house, for example, and maybe you're thinking about moving. There's so much that I'm seeing here for you, Aries, which can be very significant. Because, you know, the Knight of Wands shows travel, but this is also about breaking free from certain situations and maybe certain people that are just not right for you, because you may have been feeling really trapped. Maybe you feel trapped in a situationship or a relationship that's just not giving you what you want. Maybe you're just always catering to that person, and they're not really present with you in that sense. It's like onwards we go, onwards. Right, so you've got here the Eight of Cups. I'm trying to shuffle on camera, it's just that the camera is a little bit further away, so you can see the end of the cards. This deck is called Albino Weight, by the way, for those of you that are wondering. Yes, the coloration of it is quite different. Okay, we've just got a humongous chunk of cards. I'm not going to take all of those. So we've got the Ten of Cups, actually, which we can see. Okay, now what I feel with this Ten of Cups is you've got this energy of walking away from something that's feeling you really, making you feel really trapped here, that you walk away from, that gives you this happiness. Okay, so that's in line again with Judgment. It's showing here that if you are looking at your options and your choices, you'll find that there's so much in the world. It goes with anything, right? You may feel like maybe this is the only option, maybe this is the only person, maybe this is the only person that would love me. That's not true. That is not true at all. I know that sometimes it can feel that way because maybe you've invested so much time and effort into one particular thing, but it doesn't necessarily mean you can't invest that into something else or someone else. So I will say that these two eights here show that you can move on to bigger things, you know, with that Ten of Cups. Okay, so Six of Swords, emotionally taking yourself to a better place. You're going to be emotionally much more in control of yourself here. Oh, actually, do you know what's really interesting? You've got the Mars retrograde happening in your sign, so the Aries sign, until November 13th. So, of course, the Tower is ruled by Mars. So here, something may get you frustrated. There could be an argument, there could be conflict, there could be you wanting to break away from this entire situation and wanting what's best for you, because you might be holding on to a situation that you know is just not great for you, but you're holding on maybe out of worry, maybe out of the fear of loneliness. Maybe it is just really telling you right now, what Tarot is telling you, and I'm telling you, that maybe it's time to do what is best for your highest good. And I've used that phrase so much for the readings actually for November, because I feel like November is a month of recognizing what's for your highest good and recognizing that you do have a lot of power. The power doesn't always rest in the other person, okay, whether it's a boss or a person you're in a relationship with, or, you know, family member. It doesn't always rest in their hands. You have power too. It's just that I feel like you don't use it to your advantage. So the Hermit here shows you thinking and reflecting and trying to make the right choice for yourself. And I do see here that walking away from this particular thing and starting, you know, fresh in that sense, and you could feel a bit lonely for a while, will actually lead you to that Ten of Cups, the ultimate happiness. You might be settling for something here. I'm sorry to say that, Aries, but sometimes it needs to be said. It's about doing the right thing, and the right thing can often be the hardest thing. Okay, so the Two of Cups, see, there is some form of happiness, there's some form of you feeling neutral towards this particular thing that I'm seeing, whether it's career, love, or perhaps even moving. You know, it's like a new location, a new place, perhaps as well. And you've got the Angel supporting you right at the top of this card, and the Angel is supporting you throughout your decisions. Remember that you're not a product of just life, you're also a product of choices, and fate will always generate events based on your choices, right? Fate doesn't just take you to a dead end. It's not like one of those flow charts where you just end up at the answer. You know, there's always going to be something next, something next, something next after you've made a choice. Well, the dead end would be the end of life, but that's not really what we're reading on, right? Reading on choices. And yes, there are certain choices that you can make which would lead to that, but that's not, again, what we're talking about. We're more so talking about different decisions that you make in life, which are more so to do with being in life. Wow, where are we going with this? Okay, so you've got the Wheel of Fortune here, okay, ruled by Jupiter. This is very abundant. So again, you know, fate here is really talking, and it's showing you that there's something beautiful that can come your way here in November if only you trust in your decisions and your power, and you trust that you make decisions for your highest good. So if you're holding on to this toxic friend, okay, or toxic relationship, and you know deep down it's rubbish for you and it makes you feel awful, and it's like a full-time job where you're always wondering and pondering what's next and what they're going to say and what's going to happen and what can I do, and I need to be present for them and they're not really present for me, then you already know what the right thing here is to do, and it's to distance yourself, and it's to perhaps walk away for a period of time. And if they walk away, then even better. Sometimes actually, you know, when someone walks away from you as well, that can be the divine's hand, because they may recognize that perhaps you're not strong enough to do so, so then they will trigger it. So you've got the Ace of Swords here, and the Five of Swords. Oh, by the way, I was thinking about doing a live stream I was wondering if anyone is actually interested in doing that, but yeah. Or watching, should I say. So you've got the Ace of Swords. It's about taking action. This is also about finding clarity. It's about making a choice and a decision. As we see here in the Five of Swords, is you feeling a bit conflicted, like, can I do this? Can I not? Can I do this? Can I not? I would just say with this Judgment card is that you can, okay? Fives in tarot indicate change, and if you need to give it a bit more time, you can, but I just feel here that there's something for your highest good that you're keeping yourself behind on, and you're not wanting to act because you're worried, if that makes sense. But I would say please don't worry, okay? Hakuna Matata, because ultimately you're doing this for your best self. And yes, you may feel a bit lonely, you may feel upset as well after making these particular choices, but then what happens in the future cannot be compared because it brings you something so much better. But of course you must do what you feel is right, and that is the most important thing. Okay, so Aries, this is your reading. I hope it really helped you. Everything's in the description box below if you are interested. Like, my finger's just so strange. Yeah, everything's in the description box below. Definitely do check it out, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye everyone.